Hi Gemini, hello, how are you doing? Welcome to my channel, Universal Power Tarot. My name is Marta. These messages I bring you here are supposed to encourage, elevate, and empower you guys, and as well myself, of course. You guys, I'm so excited to do your June 2020 reading today. I already pre-shuffled all of your cards. Before that, I want to shout out a huge thank you to all of you guys because uplifting the collective together worked so super well, and I was so happy because they keep coming in right now too, and I'm like, yes, people really want to uplift others, and there is a platform to do it, and that's particularly what this platform is all about. The Universal Power Tarot platform here is just that, to elevate, encourage, and empower each other. Okay, so since this worked so well, of course, for the month of May, you can win, because this is published in May, you can win a 20-minute private free reading with me again. All you have to do is subscribe and write something empowering, maybe something that empowered you, if you want to, that is, right? It's never without you. So if you want to and feel up to it, write something that empowered you and yet that you feel might empower other people. So that's the thing for the month of May. And Spirit and I are going to pick a lucky winner. So I'm super excited to do that and to do this with you, to have this nice exchange with you. It's awesome. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for all your likes, shares, subscriptions, and comments. I really, really appreciate this. You have no idea. And thank you for your donations as well. It's just amazing. Thank you for being my patrons over on Patreon. Thank you so much, you guys. And thank you for checking out Vimeo and Patreon again, right? That's really cool. Thank you so much. Also, what I was thinking, if we are able to hit the 10,000 subscriber mark, I'm gonna mark all the extended 20% off, and all the readings, like the private readings, are going to become 20% off again. For now, they're regular pricing. If you're interested, everything down below. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Here we go. Let's hop in it. All right, that's one of yours. That one, that one. That one, that should be interesting, and that one. Okay, we've got 5 out already. This is a general reading, dear Geminis, so it may or may not resonate with you. Please only take what resonates and leave the rest behind, because that means it's for somebody else. You can reverse the placements. It's not gender specific, and it's not time specific. I know I put time on it, but that's for informative purposes for you and for myself. So that's that. Whenever the title of a message resonates with you, or you feel drawn to a reading for any reason, just watch it. There might be message in it for you. All right, you guys, let's go. Oh, yes, I love it. The Queen of Rods. First card out is the Strongest, and I really love it. She's my hippie queen. So abundant, in such a dope kind of a state, right? Like really free, carefree, wind in her hair type of energy here. Really committed to herself and to her growth is what I'm feeling here immediately. Really committed to her growth and to the growth of other people too, because she's one that is socially highly acclaimed for that reason, because whenever she takes a step, she pulls everyone else along with her, or him, right? Because it's not gender specific. And this is awesome because it has a lot of nurturing energy too, a lot of fiery energy, and a lot of passion is in her as well. And that's what's so attractive about this queen, because people are just drawn to her like magnetically, and that's beautiful, and it's you, so that's awesome. What a good state to be in. That's really great. Yeah. Some of you, this is specific, might be thinking about a new project of yours. A new idea might have been lingering around you for a while now, and you're really thinking about putting that into action. Yeah, that's what I see here, but this is specific for some of you. For others, this involves a garden, like a garden type of a project that you've had in mind for quite a while, and now you're putting it into action. So cool. 5 of Rods. So this is my card for ego games, and it's also winning the battle but losing the war. I immediately feel you are not really involved in this because you're really good in your stance, right? But there's something in your near surroundings. Now, that could be work, it could be home life, it could be anywhere in your social circle, right? This could be happening. I immediately got in one of your children, and this is specific too, it doesn't have to be, but there's a specific one of your children is involved in some kind of ego games here, or may have gotten betrayed here in some form or other, in the form of that someone really did something only for the sake of winning something, an argument, right? Although they might have not been in the right position to do this, but they did it anyways. They might not have been right, so to speak, but just because they were stronger or their argument was stronger, the other person wasn't heard. And it almost feels like some type of an injustice that happened here. Either way, it's like a hurting for the sake of ego, which is never a really nice thing to happen, but it also shows us contrast. So we'll see how this story is continuing. 8 of Wands, so swift movement away from that situation. And again, I don't feel you are involved in this particularly. I feel it's in your social environment here. Taking off, moving out of that situation quickly. We have the Page of Cups here, which is someone who is trying to make an offer. This is you, Gemini. They tell me this is you. So you are really extending a hand, basically. You're really reaching out, and you're coming from an emotional standpoint. And emotional, I mean like you're coming from your emotions. It's not from a head-based kind of a state. It's more a heart-based kind of a state. You're like reaching out. Could be that you're trying to communicate between these two parties, but from a heart space, right? So really making them understand and see something, right? Sort of like a mediator in the situation here, to really be like, hey, this wasn't okay. What you just did, like both of you can learn. Like, I'm going to tell you something here, and you can learn from this, or show you something and you can learn from this, is what I'm getting with this, Gemini. Oh, yes. Wow. The Ace of Cups. That's awesome. That's a new beginning right here. And you are offering this to these two parties here, whoever they may be. We could be talking about a father-son kind of a thing, or mother-son, or whatever we're talking about here, right? Or again, it could be workplace, siblings, anything. And you're like teaching from a place of love, which is quite gorgeous, really quite gorgeous, because you're fully immersed in your own emotions, and you're also fully immersed in that state of love, and your cup is so full that you can easily offer it to others, because you've lived a while, or you gained, even though maybe you haven't lived a while, but you gained a lot of knowledge and experience, like emotional experience during this time. Like maybe your life was really, there was a lot in there, right? And that gives us that life experience, and that's what I'm getting here with you, Gemini. Absolutely. Really, really a lot of that. And that really flows nicely into that gorgeous cup here, right? In that gorgeous cup here, and in this, in that nice pond here. And there's flowers growing. Again, you're coming from a place of offering, from a place of love, which is really gorgeous. Oh. Yes, from a place of love. That's awesome. 10 of coins. That is beautiful. Really beautiful. If we're talking about a workplace scenario, then this is highly beneficial. Like on the monetary scale, you being a mediator is bringing this company, or your company, depending on the situation, quite a bit of money. The other scenario is here. If it's within the family or friends, like social kind of a circle, this is really quite gorgeous, because it talks about stability, your offer here, and you showing them how to do it, basically. You're like, that's no way to go. That's no way to go, people. Why are you going against one another? That's where it's at, right? The 10 of Pentacles, like really stable kind of a thing here. We don't have to go against one another. We can do this together. That's your stance, right? We don't have to go against one another. We can do this together. And yes, we might not be on the same page every day or every time we meet. And but it's about tolerance. It's about having you don't have to like their opinion. It's in that kind of a realm. We don't have to, like, you know how sometimes the chemistry just isn't right between you and another person, and that's that. You don't have to like that person, but accept that they're there because they're there with you here on earth, right? And it's in that kind of a realm, really, in the form of acceptance, because that always leads us back to ourselves, because these are in turn parts within ourselves that we haven't accepted yet. And that's the bigger lesson here in this whole scenario. It leads us back into our emotions and really makes us see and look into ourselves if we're willing, right? If we're willing to look into it. And that brings a lot more harmony and stability into our life. Eight of Cups. But I really do see her, especially with the fast movement and with the Eight of Cups now. You really had to leave a situation here, or this person had to leave a situation here. Maybe, again, the other person we were talking about here, depending on your scenario. They really had to leave, and they had to do so quickly. They may have even had to leave stuff behind. Wow, but again, they're walking right into abundance with this one, with the Eight of Pentacles. And again, that love offer kind of a thing is bringing the abundance in here, that deeper understanding of how things work, how people are interconnected, not just that independence and that me kind of a stance, right? Like I'm seeing the seagulls in Finding Nemo. Me, right? And that's not the stance to take here, but it's rather, hey mate, we're all human beings. We have quite similar traits here going on, right? And if I don't like something that I see in you, it's probably a trait within myself that I haven't acknowledged yet. And maybe I want to act like you sometimes. Maybe I want to lash out at you sometimes, but I just don't because I was brought up a different way. But I would really like to sometimes. Really, sometimes I would like to be that savage that reaches out and does crazy stuff, right? But I'm holding myself back, so really this is me. Maybe I can learn from you not to hold back as much, right? That's that. Yeah, teach one another, and maybe you can learn from me how to not be so savage all the time. And that's what I see here, and that's where it's at, and that's the gold, you guys. That is really the gold here, this one. That's where it's at, right? Acceptance of others, of ourselves, ultimately. Because everything around us is a mirror. Like the human beings that are around us, that's a huge mirror to us all the time. Seeing things from a higher perspective with the Two of Wands. Naturally, yeah. Also reflecting on your past, like what has happened already in your life. Again, in the realm of... how do we say that? I just lost my entire train of thought. Oh man, yeah, in the realm of sorry guys, in the shit, in the realm of life experience is what I meant to say, because you're reflecting on your life to this point, and then you're like, yeah, absolutely, now I see it from a different viewpoint. And a karmic cycle also with the karma card here wants to be closed out, absolutely. And scales want to be balanced here. This needs to be brought back into balance, absolutely. Absolutely. Oh wow. Oh wow. And a cycle or a circle is being closed out here with a world card. Two major arcana. So this is no small deal here that has happened for the person you're looking for. Because again, I feel it's not so much who is involved in this. What could be a scenario that you're reflecting on the past, and this is you younger, right? That could be a scenario. But I'm feeling like almost like you want to inquire about someone in your surroundings to get a better understanding what is going on. And that's what I feel here more so, right? But you take it as it resonates, please. Either way, it's a huge cycle that is being closed out here with a world card, and people are going to come and step into their truths. Possibly truth is being spoken here. It's quite important, and you are involved here, Gemini. That's about stinginess. Stinginess, actually, and keeping things to oneself. They're saying this is not Gemini. This is not Gemini. So this is holding on to something. So it could mean that money is tight, and or holding on to old feelings, holding on to old, what you or someone else thought stability was like. It is really not. It is really not. What you or the other person thought abundance was like. It is really not. That's what I'm getting with this card. That's really interesting. And I'm really feeling like this funnel type of a thing here that's building. So that's quite interesting. Yes! And the Queen of Coins, the Queen of Pentacles. That's abundance, right? That isn't. He's got, in this card, he's got enough. He's pretending like he doesn't have enough, like the stinginess, and might not even realize that he's doing so, right? It's in the same realm as what we discussed like throughout this whole reading. It's like you're not by yourself, mate. There are plenty other people, and the Queen of Pentacles is a really good advisor, like for other people's, when it comes to stability, when it comes to money matters, because she knows how to use money as a tool, right? This one doesn't. This one doesn't. They're holding on to it, although they have like gold rings on, they have like a fur coat on, a nice hat on, right? But they think or they feel like they could lose something by opening up and by giving it freely, right? By giving it away, right? And she doesn't. She doesn't at all. At all. And again, it's not gender specific. And she's very abundant, and she knows about it, and she knows about the law of attraction. She knows what you give out freely is coming back to you, and so it does, like tenfold. And that's that, right? And she knows about abundance here. Oh, wow. And we have the close, the Scorpio energy. Wow. There's a lot going on, guys. This is a big cycle that is being closed out here. Absolutely. And highly successful at that. There's, of course, there's some deaths that have to occur in the sense of ego deaths here. Definitely shadow work that is being done here. With the shadow work, a lot of wisdom is in turn coming in. A lot of it. Wow, there's a whole truckload of wisdom that is going to come in. It's going to feel like, wow, I see it now. It's almost like an awakening or a huge, huge, huge epiphany. It's like, wow, all of a sudden understanding something that is of major importance here. Of major importance. Wow. That's gorgeous, and it's in the realm of you're not alone here, mate. There is a lot more going on. There are a lot more facets to life, and we are all interconnected. We're all interconnected. That's what that is. Wow, that's really gorgeous. I can't wait to take this to the extended, you guys. Wow, that's really interesting. Really interesting. But before we do so, you guys, I'm going to draw for you from my Angels and Ancestors Oracle deck and from the Guardian Angel cards also. But I just want to say, if you're interested in the extended, the link you will find down below. There are two links. One is for Vimeo and the other one is for Patreon. Vimeo is for single extendeds to purchase them, right? You can rent them or you can buy them. Patreon is for all extendeds ever created. So if you're looking at more than one sign a month, I recommend Patreon because that's cheaper, right? It's the cheaper option, absolutely. Plus there's an option for extra as well, where there are, I read for all the signs, like extra, fire, earth, air, and water signs. There's an extra reading. There's an extra pick a card over there. There's an extra energy update over there. And every once in a while, I would draw cards just in between to give you a little checkup in between, right? So that's a really nice option. So go and check that out if you want to. All right, let's draw more cards for you. This one, oh, Stargazer, set your sides higher. Oh, I love it. Yes, gorgeous. Let me read that one for you, Gemini. All right. Stargazer. Set your sights higher. Go beyond your limitations and believe that the impossible is possible. Do you ever remember wishing on a star when you were a child and in your innocence believing that your wish could come true? The stargazer connects with the energy of the cosmos and reminds you that you have the ability to draw in support from the universe. His cloak with its sparkles and light show that you are closer to the energy of the universe than you think. You don't have to go out looking for it. It's already there. So look beyond where you are and create even bigger dreams, visions, and goals. Because with the power and help of the cosmos, those wishes can come true. You are on the verge of a miracle. All of your dreams and aspirations are within your grasp, and you are being guided to focus on your vision. The angels who are with you are encouraging you. There's nothing that you cannot have or achieve. There's an opportunity at this time to heal an old wound or pattern of lack and not feeling good enough. In the past, you've often found it impossible to recognize your worth and to believe that you are deserving of blessings. Angel and ancestor wisdom is reminding you that you are an incredible and infinite spark of the universe, and the universe is not only within you, it absolutely adores you. You are talented, filled with strength, and have the abilities you need to turn your wildest dreams into reality. Wow, yes! That is so cool. Awesome. One last card, Gems, and we'll take it over to the extended. Can't wait, you guys. You have inspiration. Woo! Inspiration. Here we go. Cool. So, a wave of inspiration and a stream of beautiful ideas are about to enter your aura. It is important that you trust your intuition at this time. Pay attention to unusual thoughts that come to your mind and do not discount your imagination. Many wonderful ideas which have served humanity were initially scoffed at or ridiculed. We, your guardian angels, will help you discover ways to apply your ideas and manifest new realities into your life. Yes. Gemini, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all your likes, shares, subscriptions, comments, donations. Thank you for checking out Vimeo and Patreon. Links are down below. If this resonates with you, go over there and check that out. And again, private readings are open right now, so you can book one with me as well if you want to, 20 or 40 minutes, depending on what you like and how much insight you would like to gain. And I'm sending you all my love, you guys, and I'll see you over there or next time. Bye, Jim.